take this conversation forward. I have with me on the broadcast Ms. Kalyani Shankar, senior journalist, and Mr. G. Sridatan, senior journalist as well. Quick breaking news before I bring in my guests. We've been told yesterday Annamalai flew into Delhi to meet the BJP's High Command. Now he has met Union Minister Amit Shah. The shots of the meeting are on your screen. Interesting visuals coming in, very relaxed conversation there. There's nothing tense about what we see on our screens. There's no tension in those photographs. Annamalai seemed presenting a book to the Union Home Minister, and they seem to be having a conversation there. So let me bring in Ms. Kalyani Shankar. Ms. Shankar, what do you make, ma'am, of this particular move? Would you agree with what other commentators are also saying, that it was perhaps too quick of the BJP to just give up on Annamalai and sideline him as far as the state assembly elections were concerned?
Annamalai's rise was as quick, fall was as quick as his rise. He came to Chennai to help Rajnikant, and Rajnikant didn't join the politics, so 1 year he waited. Then he joined the BJP. BJP also, he had a very quick growth, and then he became the state president very soon. And then, he was fighting with people in their own party also. Many people had left, and then he was going on his own, thinking that what he thought was the right way to take the party over. But that didn't seem to be, because after some time during the election, before the election, he sort of annoyed ADMK president Palaniswamy. And then after 2 years, when the assembly elections came, Palaniswamy insisted that Annamalai should be sidelined. So he was sidelined, and then the two parties had a coalition, and then you see what happened in the election anyway. So since those days, I have been hearing that Annamalai wanted to launch his own party. But then you see, he thinks that he could break into Vijay's fortress of, getting some youth from that party. But I don't know whether Annamalai has any idea or idealism or anything like that. He's just talking of the party. It would be of sort of Hindutva party, and how much he can get in his new party is quite a million-dollar question. I don't know how. He is not that popular. He has only become popular by alleging all kinds of things about the other opposition leaders, either DMK or even ADMK. So this was without substantiation. He used to allege that he's corrupt, he's made so much money, but then he never did substantiate many of the allegations. And anyway, that was the way he became very popular. And he has a very powerful backing from B.L. Santosh, RSS leader, who is in Delhi now. So he has managed at the time. Then he became closer to even Amit Shah. But then what he wanted didn't happen. So now earlier, just last week, I was hearing that he would be made the Rajya Sabha member. Perhaps he was not offered, or he didn't want it, either way. So now the only way is left for him to launch his own party. So let's see how it goes. And it's not so easy to get a new party in Tamil Nadu, because there are already very established parties like DMK, ADMK, Congress, and now TVK. So there are quite a few parties, apart from that, smaller parties also, Vidudalai Chiruthai Katchi. There are quite a few others. So they are small, but then they have their own niche audience. So God knows what is going to happen to his new party if he launches. And he needs at least, one RSS leader was saying, he needs at least 1,000 crores or at least 500 crores to start a party. So maybe, I don't know who is backing him, whether he will succeed. We have to wait and see.
All right, Mr. Sridatan, bringing you in as well, your thoughts on what's happening and whether this will have any major impact in Tamil Nadu, because we've now seen a TVK come in and completely destabilize the AIA DMK and the DMK. those are your long-standing parties with political funding. They're not going to be sitting quietly and watching. They'll be preparing for the next round. Amidst that, there could be the possibility of another new entrant, which is Annamalai. Are we now going to somewhere witness a complete destruction of politics the way it has been in Tamil Nadu, with entirely new faces perhaps in the next 5 years?
Yeah, good evening, and it is now clear that Annamalai has parted ways, and although Annamalai has not win an election for BJP, he has managed to showcase BJP as a powerful alternative and all that. That is true. To a great extent, he could manage to capture the mind space of a certain section of people and all that. At least he has seen as a homegrown son of the soil kind of leadership, which BJP was looking for a long time, because BJP, as you know, RSS and Sangha Parivar for that matter, is very weak in Tamil Nadu. It has not been able to sort of create a network of workers and like that. So it has the Annamalai experiment was to a great extent sort of creating euphoria and all that. That was good actually. BJP has also sort of become a major. The impression was created that BJP is a major player in Tamil Nadu also. Having said that, he couldn't win an election, and also there was a rumor that even at the while he was the president of BJP, there was a talk within close circles that he wanted to launch his own party and all that, and the central leader, certain section of the central leadership was also slightly wary of his overtly ambitious projection of himself, and which they suspected that on the ground there was no that kind of support. That is what one of the senior leaders told me. There was a suspicion also, and after that the last election, with the parting ways with not this election but the previous election, general election, then that ADMK tie-up that collapsed because of Annamalai, that the whole blame was on him, and there was that has also created a lot of I've spoken to some of the local state leaders also. They were also very much not very happy with the way he was functioning and all that. So looking at the overall development, one good thing is that he has not burned the bridges so far. That is what I get to understand. So again, as I fully agree with Kalyani ji, that it's too early to say judgment or how he will go and how much successful he will be in the coming days, because one thing is sure, that Annamalai is not Vijay. Vijay has his own share of popularity and grand support and all that. So that if he wants to really work, he will have to really work hard, and resources also. It is not very, as rightly said by the previous panelists, that you need huge amounts of money. BJP will vouch that how much money they have to need every month to service their offices in districts, state level and all that. And why Aam Aadmi Party faced their problem was that because they also lacked the money power. So that also is a major, very important factor in Tamil Nadu politics, and it is too early to say how he will fare in the coming days. But so far, in last elections also, general elections also, when I used to attend, participate in panel discussion, every anchor used to ask about Annamalai. So that kind of euphoria he managed to create for BJP. But now it is all BJP has to look for another person, or
Yes.
an equally competent or more competent person at the level. But that is what I feel.
Okay, all right. On that note, I thank both of our guests for joining us. We quickly move on to some breaking news.